When I was 12, I started going through like kidney issues, and I only was born with one kidney. And they didn't tell me eventually it would die. I had been fine that whole time until I got pregnant, and then it started shutting down. Because of the pregnancy, though, my kidney, they told me I might have 5 years with it, and to get ready for dialysis, get ready for transplant. But we got the kidney transplant in 22. My little sister donated her kidney to me, and so that was the hardest time because, again, we were back in the church. We, all right, Heavenly Father, we're doing this. We went through, both my parents passed away in this time, and so our support system was kind of blown out of the water. My family fell apart, like my siblings are all over, nobody talks to each other, so it's just us. And then we moved to this new ward, and I can't say it's the ward's fault, but it felt, it felt like we needed something to work out, and we needed some kind of support. And we had told people what was happening, and the Relief Society was great and everything, but when I left for the transplant, we knew we were going to be gone I was going to have to be gone for a while. And and maybe this is my bad, but I assumed that support system was still going to be here for like my family. And once I left, everyone else left too. And they forgot the mic and the kids were here. And that is the part that hurt the worst. And he took it hard. So we just kind of was like, maybe church isn't our thing. Maybe we were wrong all this time. And, oh gosh, fast forward 3 years.
We got angry real quick. 3 years later, we were sitting in our living room, and our little 7-year-old comes into the living room and screams out the top of her lungs and says, "I want to swim with Jesus." And we translated that to she wanted to be baptized in the church. And she'd been following a LDS family, and she listened to their story, and we ended up telling her that I remember having a conversation with her that I didn't know if I would be able to baptize her. I'd have to speak to the bishop, and she literally just looked at me and said, I'll wait until you're ready. And to have a 7-year-old say that really takes into a lot of perspective of, this is a sign that I've been missing out on something. This is an answer that I need to regain my faith, and I've been missing out on a piece of me left when I stopped going to church, when we stopped going to church. And so we ended up going back. And
For Julia.
I've been going back ever since. But those 3 years weren't the greatest. We were empty. Fast forward again. We found out Easter weekend that my wife had 3/4 of her left lung filled with blood clots. They had to rush her down to St. George and do emergency surgery. I was on my knees in the waiting room, just asking for peace and guidance, and trying to wrap our heads around all this and make a plan, and just to get through it. And of course, shortly after that, I'm getting text messages from the Relief Society and
our ministry.
My ministering
neighbor.
And it really felt that the Lord and the Word was listening at that time. So things were a lot different. Things were changed, and it was an answer.
So for whatever reason, he was ahead of me in the church. Like, he was ready to dive in, and I still was dragging my feet. We went back for Julia, and I still felt like I wasn't sure that these people were our people yet, you know? And Mike was like, what's holding you back? And he was ready to dive in. He was ready to go back to the temple. We hadn't had our temple recommends for like 8 years. And I still wasn't there. And he was like, I'm getting tired of waiting for you. You better figure this out. Like, do you know what we just went through? You're here. There's a reason you're here. And these people helped us. Quit holding on to the past. And it still took me probably another 2 months before I like finally let my wall down. I was there every week, but it was for Julia and it wasn't for me. So I took a long time. And it's true, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the prayers and the faith of everyone else. And so here we are. We went back to the temple 2 weeks ago for the first time after 8 years. We just went for the first time together on Wednesday. It's just a different feeling than it was before. So, but we've decided, like, we're in, and whatever stick we keep trying, that's where we're at. So
we're just happy to be here.
pretty much.